What's going on, guys? Winter Kills here. We're back with another locals deck profile. We're here with a pretty highly requested profile over the past couple weeks. I'm here with my man TJ. And what deck are you playing exactly?
I'm playing, I call it Synchro Eldlich. Some people call it Punk Eldlich, but I call it Synchro Eldlich more so.
Very, very interesting deck. I played against it today and got destroyed by it. So let's take a look at that list.
Alrighty. So for our Hulk turbo pieces, we're playing the 3 Xiamen and the 1 Madam Spider. For those of you who haven't seen this engine yet, this basically gets you into our 2 copies of Foxy Tune, which can discard itself in another card to get into a Punk monster from deck, which usually ends up being the Madam Spider, which gets you into basically like an Imperm type card. Then we play 3 copies of Despot 3 because we're already playing Despot 1 for our combo, so we play 2 Despot 1s to go with the Despot 3s as a starter card. So between the 3 Xiamen, the 2 Foxy Tune, and the 3 Despot 003, those are all 1-card starters that can get you into Hulk.
Okay.
Then we play a small 10E package of 3 Vishuda, 2 Adhara. I was playing 3 Adhara before, but I felt that I already have enough tuner extension and that most of my things are tuners that I could just cut it for other options. And then the Vishuda is just a really good extender, either going first or going second, because it can help you break a board.
Gotcha.
Then we play 2 Golden Lord because we're playing Eldlich cards. Pretty self-explanatory. Then also in the Synchro package for the combo, we're playing 1 Creation Resonator. This is your main target, which you search off Cupid Pitch. And I recently moved this to the main, but I'm playing 1 Hopier Squadron. I was playing this on the side at first as a option for games 2 and 3, where I know I'm going to probably be seeing things like Dark Ruler, but there are just times it comes up in the main, especially when you draw the 1 Mecha Phantom Beast Colt Wing, because if you draw the Colt Wing, you can at least add the Hopier instead of the Creation Resonator and still put up 2 negates.
Very nice.
Then, since we're playing Emergency Teleport, which we'll see, we played 2 Ghost Ogres, and then the only other hand trap I'm playing is 3 Imperm, so these are the only hand traps.
Right.
Ogre is just really good on its own this format for stuff like the adventure stuff, and then Imperm is just always going to be Imperm. It helps you going first, going second, either way. 3 Emergency Teleport, this is literally the best card in the deck. It is your 1-card combo without a normal summon that puts up 4 negates. It's kind of crazy because you get the trap card and your 3 Omni negates that you get in the monster. 3 Prosperity because there are literally 6 cards in your extra deck that matter. The other 9 are flexible depending on the situations you're in, so you have a lot of flexibility to play this card.
Very nice.
3 Eldland. Initially, I was playing this at 2, but then I realized the interaction where I can pop it with Baron, similar to how the Zodiac Eldlich deck used to pop it with Barrage before. So that's just a way to get you into your extra interrupts. Then we're playing 3 Droplet and 3 Dark Ruler. I feel like hand traps aren't really as impactful this format. There aren't a lot of really good 1-card like hand traps that can just shut off a combo. So just being able to play the board breaker cards is really, really helpful. You can't Cupid Pitch under Dark Ruler, but you still get into enough of your negates that it doesn't really matter if you're breaking the board at that point. And then Droplet, you can always just pitch Eldritch cards or whatever, so it's literally just free.
Gotcha, okay.
Then we're playing 3 Sanguine, 3 Conquistador, 2 Huaquero. This was 3, but then I cut it for the 3rd Eldland, and the 1 Dangerous Gabu, which is the trap card you search off the Madam Spider that has like an Imperm-like effect.
Very nice.
Main deck is 50 cards. I don't think I'd put it to 60 just because I value the consistency of being able to see the cards I want when I want them. But I also don't think there's room to play it at 40 because I do want to play the stuff like the Dark Rulers, the Droplets. Plus, it also helps you not to see the Colt Wing. So.
Yeah, exactly. And then extra deck?
Extra deck, the 6 most important cards in the deck are Cupid Pitch, which is the one that lets you search one of the tuners. It becomes level 5, which lets you make the Savage. Arclight, Savage, Baron, then Hulk and Auroradon, obviously. These are the 6 cards that really matter in your extra deck. Like I said, the rest that are about to come up very situationally. So we play TG Wonder Magician. This is really good if your Hulk gets stopped because it can be a back row pop, and also because the Eldlich traps are level 5, so you can sync with them to make Baron.
Very nice.
1 Dawn Dragster. This occasionally comes up. This comes up especially if you've already drawn like your Creation Resonator, where you can search the Hopier Squadron still, and then if you have one of your Eldlich traps, you can just use it to make Dawn Dragster. We play 1 Dweller. This is mostly for when we are going into games 2 and 3 where I know it's effective, and also, like I said, when you're playing around that Dark Ruler, where instead of putting up the Herald, the Savage, and the Baron, you end up with Dweller plus Savage, and then the Savage with the Hopier turns into Baron. So it's a good way to play around cards like Dark Ruler, stuff like that, and it's also just a really big floodgate that shuts off stuff like the Adventurer, PK, stuff like that. One Monk because we're playing 10E cards, Link Spider because we are playing the Eldlich cards. Barricade Board Blocker, this is actually a really good addition to the deck that came up after the first time I played it because my Halka Fibrax got Ghost Ogred, and if I had this in my extra deck, I still could have did full combo. So we've thrown it in, and it has come up and is part of the reason why I've gone 4-0. Phoenix, Unicorn Access Code, because just generic Link monsters that help you when you're going second to just OTK your opponent.
Very nice. And then on to the side deck.
Side deck has gotten a slight change. 3 copies of Ghost Reaper, so with the quote-unquote base deck or the Dragon Synchro Adventure deck, whatever you want to call it, being super relevant, this is one of those cards that can just shut off a lot of their plays because, like I said, there aren't a lot of good hand traps that are just one card completely destroys a combo, and this just shuts down so many of their lines of play. So it's something I felt I needed to include since I'm already playing Halka Fibrax myself.
Gotcha.
3 Raigeki. This is one of the most recent changes to the deck. I just feel like more board breaker cards are super impactful in this format, especially since I'm already maining Dark Ruler and Droplet. So being able to have the flexibility in the extra deck for something that's just an entire board wipe is really strong.
Yeah, Raigeki chain Droplet's pretty good.
Yeah, it is pretty good. We're playing 3 Cosmic Cyclones because there are times that they're just problematic back row, including things like other Eldlich cards that you just want to get away. Even if you just chain it to something like an Engage and Invocation just to get rid of it so that you don't have to see it anymore is really good. 2 Lightning Storm and 1 Duster. These are like basically 4th and 5th copies of Raigeki while also being 2nd and 3rd copies of Duster. And then 3D Barrier because it's just a really good card. It's a blowout against stuff like Sword Soul, other like Synchro type decks. So it's just a really good card overall.
So it's 50 in the main deck and then 15-15?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything you think you change going forward, or do you like the list as is?
I like the list as is because I've already been doing a lot of changes so far, and this is what I found to be the most consistent version of the deck that I've played. Just because you play a good ratio of starters, extenders, stuff like that, and a lot of your starters can be extenders. Like, if you open something like the Despot 3, but you've already opened like E-Telly or Foxy Tune or something like that, the Foxy Tune just becomes an extender, or the E-Telly is your full combo, and then if you get hand-trapped, it's something that can get you through it. That is something that actually did happen to me on Saturday, where my Halka Fibrax got Ghost Ogred, but I was still able to play through because I had the appropriate amount of extenders, and I started with Emergency Teleport, so I was just able to get into like the Dustbot, the Barricade Board Blocker, and just continue on, stuff like that. So it's just a really good set of ratios overall, and even after getting Ogred, I put up full board and set 4 back row. It was just insane.
That's one of the strongest things about this deck is not only do you make the big board, but you also have the back row, which is just like
and
2
then,
very difficult things to try and play through. Set 4 plus 3 Omni negates.
Especially if one or the other gets stopped, you just have both options. So unless they have something like a Nibiru and a like Feather Duster or something like that, which did happen to me today, unfortunately. But unless they have something like that, it's just very hard to deal with both at the same time. There aren't many, if any, cards that deal with both at the same time, so it's just really strong to have either as a fallback option.
Perfect. Well, thank you for the deck profile. Very, very creative deck list. Hopefully to see it more on the channel. You guys will probably see it more on the channel going forward. So yeah, thank you for the profile, man. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.